guys, and welcome back to another episode of Product Spotlight. I do apologise, first of all, let's get this out of the way. I do apologise that I haven't been doing these as much as I wanted to as of late. I was quite badly ill for the past week, 10 days or so. I still got it now, so if I have a little bit of something on my throat, that'll be why. I still just have a little bit lingering on, but thank you for your patience, and we have got a ton of really cool content planned the back end of February, going into March now, of course. So today we are going to go over none other than Core Nutritionals BOLIC to get the ball rolling. So Core Nutritionals BOLIC came back in stock, I believe it was either this week or last week. But it's a product that I know a lot of you use and have done for quite some time, and I think it's going to become very relevant for you guys as you start approaching the summer and as you start approaching fat loss periods, essentially, or periods where you know you're going to be in a calorie deficit and you want to retain as much muscle tissue as possible. This is a really good tool to help you do that. It's also very good for increasing muscle tissue in general in a surplus. So it's also got that blanket use, if you will. But in particular, I think this product really shines in a calorie deficit, enabling you to retain more of that hard-earned muscle tissue that you built in, the winter or whenever you went into your calorie surplus. And that's where I'm going to advise that you primarily take this product. So what is in Core BOLIC? So first of all, it's a capsule product, so you probably hear. And you have two ingredients. It's very simple, very effective though. You have 5A hydroxylaxygenin, and then you have Pico 2. Two real standout products for me in terms of increasing my performance and recovery. So I used to take Pico Laxygenin on its own from Primeval from Primeval Labs. Unfortunately, Primeval Labs have decided to discontinue Primeval, so that leaves a lot of you with like a loose end to fill in terms of your Laxygenin, and it's hard to find a product that goes all the way up to 250 milligrams like Primeval did. And unfortunately, BOLIC doesn't go that high, guys, to 250 anyway, but at its full dose of 4 caps per day, you're still going to get 200 milligrams, which is, if the clinical dose is 50 to 75 milligrams, 200 milligrams is still going to work exceptionally well. And not only that, you're going to get a whole bunch of Pico 2 on top of that as well, the full clinical dose of 2 grams in a full day serve. So you're essentially getting another fantastic ingredient tacked on to the end of Primeval for just £5 extra, which I think is very good value for money. So going into Laxygenin first off, Laxygenin increases protein synthesis, which essentially means that it's going to increase your recovery rate. It's going to increase the rate at which your body is able to make proteins. Proteins then, as you guys know, repair damaged muscle tissue, and then you're able to synthesize new tissue and grow new muscle from the hard work that you put in the gym. So the idea of muscle growth in general, guys, with hypertrophy is you break down your muscle, you go out of the gym, you eat high protein diet, you eat in a high protein diet. That high protein is then going to repair the damaged muscle tissue. And if you had, let's have a look at this as like a basin. Don't know whether you can, let's see if Joe can draw this. But let's say you have this. Now let's do it over here. So let's say you've got a basin here, so there's a flat line here, and there's like a bowl underneath it. The idea of muscle growth is that you fill it back up. So let's say you've broken down your muscle, so you've gone down into the bowl. The idea of muscle growth is that you fill it back up to the top and then a little bit more. So you grow a little bit more from the repair that you've enabled to create with your body through the increased protein synthesis. I hope that makes sense. A little bit of a weird analogy, I know, with a bowl, but I think that was actually nabbed from John Meadows. It's a really good analogy of it with intra-workouts and EAAs, so and amino acids in general. So that's where I've got that from. But I think it is good. It is a good way to show you guys what I mean by synthesizing proteins. Is actually vital for you to be able to recover and grow from your session. So that's what I mean by that. Hopefully that makes sense. But then with laxagenin, you also get another, a more prominent effect, I would say, and that is the anti-cortisol effect. So cortisol is the stress hormone in your body. It can have some very positive effects in small amounts, but when you exert a lot of stress on your body, like increasing your cardio, decreasing your calories, because both of those increase the stress levels that you're putting your body under, both of those will increase your cortisol levels, guys. Regardless of if you're training and you're feeling fine, if you're not feeling stressed, I'm not talking from like exogenous stress levels that you're probably getting from work or at home, girlfriend, whatever, new baby, whatever it may be. I'm talking internal stress. The external can obviously increase that as well, but let's say you're in an ideal situation, you're not stressed outside, but you are still putting stress on your body, whether it's increasing your training volume or your cardio or decreasing your calories, whatever it may be. You may not feel it, but you definitely are. And this can lead to things like you getting run down, immune system taking a hit, your performance will drop. You also get like a thin layer of water under your skin. This is more visible with competitors because you're looking at yourself daily, you can notice these sort of things. For the average gym goer, you're typically not going to notice that, but it's nice to know if you are the average gym goer and let's say you have thought about taking a laxagenin product. Laxagenin will decrease those cortisol levels, and so you will be able to see more of your hard-earned work by eliminating that small little film of water and bringing your cortisol levels down to a normal level. So that is essentially what laxagenin does. Increases protein synthesis, decreases cortisol. Very simply put anyway. And then moving on, you have Pico 2. Now Pico 2 is an ingredient that we've discussed quite a lot on this channel, and it's a fantastic ingredient for increasing your strength output. It does that by increasing ATP production in your muscle cells and your cells in general. ATP is your body's energy currency. So the more ATP you're able to produce, the more energy you have to play with, and the more you can press in the gym, or the more you can, curl, or the more you can squat, however you want to exert that energy, the more energy you have to put into it, obviously the more powerful, the more explosive you are going to be. And that is what happens here with Pico 2. Very similar to creatine monohydrate, and I actually compare them a lot. Although creatine has far more studies behind it at the moment, I think Pico 2 will eventually become the next creatine monohydrate, because all the research is so solid behind it. You do have to reach that saturation level with it, so it is a build-up process. Not that you need to load it or anything like that. There was a big myth with creatine that you needed to do that, but you do not need to do that, guys. 2 grams per day, absolutely fine. You need to go through a bottle, I would say, of this. So take it for a month, and then sort of 3/4 of the way through the bottle, you will start feeling the results from the Pico 2. You will feel the laxagenin result a lot sooner than that. So don't worry, you're not going to be hanging there for like pretty much a whole bottle and thinking, why am I taking this? I can't feel anything from it. You will feel the results from the laxagenin pretty much immediately. And another way to feel it more is take a pre-workout. So take all 4 caps. This is if you're wanting a really explosive session, you want to work on your strength. Take all 4 caps here, pre-workout. Excuse me, guys, there you go. I made it pretty much the whole way through without coughing, so I'm quite pleased with myself there. So yeah, take all 4 caps pre-workout if you're wanting an explosive session, if you're really wanting to increase your strength output. That's a great way to do so, and then you're utilizing all that Pico 2, all that lactogenin around your workout and your peri-workout nutrition. And that's it, really. I think another way this could potentially work for you very well is if you hate the taste of Pico 2, like 99% of people do that I've encountered. It gives a horrible aftertaste, and it gives you that sort of like dirty, almost muggy looking appearance to your pre-workout if you have it in your pre-workout. And that's why sometimes, like for example with the old Core PX, I think that's the only one that we've had that's been particularly like bad when in terms of taste. But anyway, you'll know that it's got Pico 2 in it because it's pretty nasty to get down. But thankfully, you now have a pill form where you can negate that horrible taste, and you can just take it in exogenously with a pill. So you don't necessarily have to have it in your pre-workout. Okay guys, so that is it really. Two ingredients work very well together in a calorie deficit. One increases strength dramatically, endurance, things like that in the form of Pico 2, and the other increases your recovery levels and decreases your stress hormone levels, so you're able to push harder, longer in the gym, recover faster, and increase your strength so you can get better results. Fantastic product, highly recommend you guys check it out. And if you haven't done so, check out the rest of the Core Nutritionals line. We now have the new Fury online, and that has been going crazy. So brilliant way to stack this. It's not going to have any crossover, and it will serve you very well. Okay guys, so that is going to be it for me today. Please like, share, subscribe if you've enjoyed this video. I hope that you have. Make sure you go follow all our other social links, and we'll make sure to keep these videos rolling. As long as you guys keep liking them, and as long as you guys keep enjoying them, we'll keep putting them out. Okay guys, thank you very much. I hope you have a lovely rest of your day.